How to Professional Business Presentation by Karin Winelstari. What is presentation? Yeah, it's this. Presentation is an activity where we speak in front of many people. This presentation is one of the activities whose function to present a topic, opinion, work result, or information to others. The purpose of the presentation covers a number of things, including persuading to audience, providing information to audience, or conversing the audience. Next, I will explain the obstacle of presentation. 1. Indeed, in the practice, making presentation is quite difficult to do. Why? The obstacles that are the most often encouraged are from nervousness, fear, to stage fright. 2. This obstacle will worsen the presentation. Therefore, as much as possible, those obstacles should be avoided by as far as possible. And here's I will share tips and tricks to become a professional presentation. 1. Presentation method is a good and encourage with the confidence. Why? Because confidence is the one of the most important things a person must have when he's about to present. 2. Good and correct way of the presentation with a purposeful opening. When the presentation is done, the important things to do is to correct the original purpose of why you are standing in front of the audience. 3. Good and correct presentation method by using the ability to speak and the gesture. Because in the making presentation, speaking ability is certainly one of the main keys in the successful presentation. 4. Good and correct way of presentation by continuing to practice. This is the most important things. In the end, the main key that must be done when you really want to be able to get a presentation is to keep practicing and practicing. In the world of work, of course, we will often meet activities calling presentation. In the same times, we may complain about what was done, but for the future, of course, it will be very useful to support our work skill. For example, I will to share tips for making a good startup pitch deck favored by venture capitals. 1. Elevator pitch of the company. What is elevator pitch? The elevator pitch is a presentation or short statement about your startup at the beginning of the presentation, usually about 20 seconds until 20 seconds at the beginning of the presentation. 2. Market overview and opportunity. The characteristic of a good pitch deck must have an overview of your startup market and its opportunities, like which market do you want to enter, how big the market is there, what the solution are offering to solve the problem. 3. The solution. Of course, on the pitch deck, you have to explain the solution you're offering. Even better if you have a working prototype or demo, so the investor can be more confident in the solution you provided. Next, business model. Business model is very important in your startup because describe your startup business model in concise and a very clear manner. A business model is very necessary for investor to be better know and understand what your startup is like. Also, bravely explain how your startup will benefit from your startup business model. Here's competitive edge. A good startup with pitch deck should have an overview of the competition. Competitive edge is a good startup pitch deck should have an overview of the competition in the industry you are entering. And the last, fundraising needs a plan. One of the most important parts of a startup pitch deck is how the startup founders must explain how much money is needed to investor.
Thanks. Any question?